I'll be honest with you, the first guy we're going to talk about, Jatavian Sanders, 6'4", 245 from Texas. He reminds me a little bit of David Njoku in college.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I think you're going to get a really good feel on what they do at the backup tight end spot. So you have obviously David Njoku, who's fantastic and had a career year last year. And then you have a couple different type of styles of tight end. This Jatavian Sanders kid, he is a big slot. He's a guy who does not block very well at the point of attack as a true tight end with his hand on the ground, but he is a matchup nightmare. He runs very well. He runs a great seam route. And what he does do blocking well is he blocks well at the second level. So if the Browns, the Browns usually see a forefront or more forefronts than they see an odd front, and he doesn't have to block too many defensive tackles until he sees an odd front. So he blocks very well against linebackers. He blocks very well against safeties. But what he would be brought into, he'd be brought in to be a receiver and a big-time receiver. And he's great run after catch, explosive kid. Really, really like his film. He does a lot of things really well. He's got great movement skills. His great body control, spatial awareness. Really, really good player. I think the idea of David Njoku comparison is very, very very real. It's the same kind of athlete.
Yeah, it was raw when he came in, but we've seen him develop over the past couple of years. Take us through this clip, what you like here with Sanders.
The Browns run all the time, second level. And what you like here is the ability to turn and make the catch, and then he's very good run after catch. You're talking about a kid who's 250 pounds. He's got a really good stiff arm. He's really athletic. Again, he's this big slot. Then again, you have another route where you're going to see his raw speed where he pulls away from defenders. And that was an RPO where they saw the backer inside come up and the quarterback pulls and throws it to him. So you got clips where it shows his speed, his body control, his ability. Very similar scheme here with the Browns run. Everybody runs at this levels concept. But he does a lot of really good things run after catch. The Browns, regardless of what happens, they have to have more production after Njoku. So you're talking last year with Harrison Bryant and Akins, they just didn't have a lot of big play production with both of those guys. Now, obviously, Bryant's gone. I think Akins will be better if Watson can stay healthy. But they need a guy opposite, especially when they go 12 personnel, that can really get downfield and make some big plays. This is the guy I feel is the guy, worth taking in the second round. The other guys maybe not. But this is a really talented kid with a big, big upside.
The other thing is we've heard Deshaun Watson earlier this week talk about how they want to throw the ball and open things up. This is a guy that could be a threat in those seam routes from the tight end position, and that's something that Deshaun Watson did very well. Seam routes to the tight ends in his Texans days.
Well, yeah, and with the Browns offense, a little bit, compared to in the Houston day, the Browns are going to be able to still run the ball very well. And regardless of what happens, Kevin Stefanski is going to stick to his MO, and he's going to run the ball. They're going to throw it more, but what you want to do is you can get that 12 personnel, you put that defense in a bind. Does the defense go, regular personnel and then they have trouble covering, or they go nickel personnel and they have trouble stopping the run? And when you get those seams is when you go 12 personnel and they go one hi-hat safety because they need to bring a safety down in the box for the run game, and then you can get these guys in the seam. So this 12 personnel giving a big tight end. Now, what Sanders would have to do is he's got to learn to block a little bit better at the point of attack, but the Browns don't do a ton of that, so he'd be okay. Really talented guy, and again, a big vertical threat in the seams for the Browns.